We often imagine Iblis as a crazed monster, or a delusional creature who simply lost his mind. But the reality is far more terrifying. According to the sources, Iblis is not psychotic, he doesn't have a psychological disorder, and he isn't crazy. He is actually highly intelligent, a propaganda specialist, and the ultimate marketing strategist. He has full intellect, free will, and a clear sense of moral responsibility. Unlike an atheist who denies the existence of God, Iblis has no doubts. He knows he is a slave of Allah, and understands the difference between right and wrong perfectly. This wasn't a crime of ignorance, it was a calculated choice by a brilliant mind. To understand the scale of his rebellion, we have to look at the setting. When we receive a command from Allah, we read it in a book or hear it from a messenger thousands of years later. But Iblis received the command directly from Allah. Something inside Iblis's personality was so massive that it stopped him from obeying. Allah didn't ask, "Why did you disobey?" He asked, "What stopped you?" indicating that there was a psychological barrier within Iblis that was even bigger than his fear of God. What was this barrier? It was a distorted self-image. We all have a concept of ourselves, our titles, our education, our status. Iblis had built a VIP picture of himself. He was the only jinn among the angels, a position he felt he earned through effort and promotion. He looked at himself and saw someone special, someone who deserved to be at the top. When Allah introduced Adam, Iblis's world was shaken. He was obsessed with being number one. In his mind, you are either the best or you are zero. There is no in between. To bow to Adam was to admit he was no longer the most special, and he was terrified of letting go of that image. The command to perform sajdah was the ultimate psychological test of equality. In sajdah, no one is ahead of anyone else. Everyone is down in the same place, at the same level. For Iblis, this was a great challenge. He had no special status or recognition in that position. He had to choose, break Allah's rule or break his own pride. He was so scared of becoming like everyone else that he chose to protect his self-image and defy a direct command. He would rather be a rebel than be ordinary. Iblis operates on a specific value system. Rank gives you respect, not your actions. He believes that if you are a CEO, you deserve respect even if you are greedy or corrupt. But if you are a taxi driver, you are down there, regardless of whether you are honest, truthful, or God-fearing. He pushes this mindset onto us every day through social media and consumerism. He wants us to define our value by brands, carrying a Chanel bag which is just cow leather to feel more valuable, appearance, height, physical looks, and attention, numbers, how many followers we have. He preys on human stupidity to make us believe that identity and appearance are more important than what we actually contribute to the world. When Iblis lost his rank, he felt he had zero value left. When a person feels worthless, they often decide, if I'm not valuable, I'll at least be unforgettable. He chose to stay relevant by causing pain and sabotaging others. He would rather be the worst number one than be invisible. He also refused to take responsibility. He blamed two others for his fall. Adam. He felt that if Adam didn't exist, he would still be special. Allah. He told Allah, "You put me in a trap." He started a life of sabotage, children to satisfy his own rage. But no matter how many people he destroys, his broken self-image can never be fixed. Iblis's final psychological trap is the personal narrative. He created a story where he is the victim and Allah is wrong. Even though he is smart enough to see the evidence that his story is false, he refuses to acknowledge it. He tells himself, "I have my truth." He even tries to educate Allah, arguing about fire and clay. The Creator didn't know his own creation. He would rather break the world than break his own story. The footsteps of Shaytan are easy to fall into, blaming others, chasing rank, and ignoring the truth for our own ego. But the sources remind us, you've taken, you can always take a step back once you recognize the pattern. Will you follow the rank or the contribution?